Freeze. Hello, good evening, nerds around the world. This is episode 133 of the Nerds Unite as One podcast, and it is an OG hangout of myself, Paul English, and co-founder Chris Miller. How are you, buddy?
I'm good tonight. This is great to join you on this lovely night. It's just great joining. It's just of course. I mean, did I mention how much I love doing this show?
Oh, I've plenty of times, and you know what? I love doing it as well. Okay, so guys, we do have a main topic to get into, and I'll get into it more. But real quick, we do want to bring up some breaking news that happened earlier today. As you know, both Chris and I are big Star Trek fans, and it was announced earlier that Patrick Stewart is coming back to Star Trek to reprise his role as Captain Picard in a limited edition series on CBS All Access. That's all the details I know about it so far. So I don't know any rumors about plot or where it's going to take or whatnot. But I mean, listen, I love Captain Picard. I love Next Generation. So the more I get to see of this crew, the better. So Chris, real quick, what was your reaction to this news?
I was kind of, it was actually kind of jaw dropping, I guess. I mean, it's like, I didn't really expect this. I mean, I thought Patrick Stewart, I think Star Trek Nemesis released, over a decade ago. I thought Patrick Stewart was like all well done with Star Trek, but I'm really enthusiastic about this news. I mean, it could be a Logan kind of thing where we see Picard in the later years of his career. I mean, I don't know where he's going to be. Of course, we don't know what this is going to be. I mean, this could be, like I said, I mentioned this could be a Logan type thing, Logan type scenario.
Possibly.
Would be an ambassador. I don't know. I mean, it's just, but I'm really excited about this. There may, I'm not sure. I mean, of course, I want to see cameos by the rest of the Next Generation cast as well, but I'm not really expecting this. But for the series centered around Picard, yeah, I'm truly excited. This is nothing. I never in a million years expected this to ever happen. So it's like, but this is truly wonderful news. It's just like, this has me engaged, if you know what I mean.
I got that right.
Yes. If they wanted to bring Picard back, I mean, since they want to bring Picard back, I was like, I say it's big as so.
All right, so let's get to the main topic. As you all know, I am an unapologetic fanboy of the CW Arrowverse. I love it very much. Chris, would that be fair to say about you as well?
To me, it's okay. It ain't great. It's certainly better than the DCEU. That's for damn sure.
Fair enough. Okay, so we both like it. However, just because we do like it doesn't mean we don't have our issues with it. Mm-hmm. And so we're here today to count down the 3 things that we hate the most about CW's Arrowverse. Keep in mind, and I don't know why I have to remind this, but it seems like we do. When we bash on properties like this, it's not because we hate them. It's because we care about them. It's because we want them to succeed, and we don't want them doing stupid shit. So, let's get right into it. And Chris, I'm going to start with you on this. What's I would say either number 3 or the first thing that you don't like about the CW Arrowverse. What's the number 3?
Well, you would say that there are a lot of wasted relationships in this series. I mean, you see on one of these shows, and it's like relationships that really go nowhere. And one of them are really kind of I guess what you would say frivolous, and it's just like and unnecessary. Just like the whole thing with Wally West and Dr. Wells' daughter is like,
Jesse.
Yeah, it's like, huh? What? Who in the right mind? Who was the genius? Who was the genius that thought that would be a good parent? It's just like.
Or what's even worse than that, or when it's like a relationship that they don't want to go anywhere, but proves to be more popular than the relationship they do want. Anyone remember Patty Smith from season 2? Patty Spivot, I mean.
Oh yeah, I like that relationship.
That was a great relationship. I wanted to see more of that. No.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's just, most of the relationships are really kind of I guess you would say contrived. I mean, there's no natural. I mean, there's nothing really natural about those kinds of relationships. It's just like there's just kind of. It's just I just they don't. Some of these don't strike me as good pairings. It's just like even some legends. And yeah, and who remember? And of course, another example of a useless relationship, not even relationship. And Hawkgirl in the first season of Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, that kind of went nowhere, didn't it?
What? That's why that's why I hate they go nowhere. It's like they exist for nothing. Like this is just it's just plain old boring, stupid character ways to get the characters together. It's just that's number 3 for me.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that. Okay, so number 3 thing on my list. Anyone who's like done the proper research in the the backstory, like some of the crew, they know that Greg Berlanti, the architect of this, we all know that he's gay. So it kind of makes sense that he would have a certain agenda when it comes to pushing certain topics. Real quick, I want to say that when this term first started appearing, I actually had no clue what it was. I had to look up the term SJW. I had no clue what that is.
Really?
Yeah, at first, I actually had to look it up because I didn't know. But for those like me who don't know, SJW means social justice warrior. And it basically means someone who like fights for, minority causes or people who are underrepresented, blah, 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 blah. It would stand to reason that you might consider Greg Berlanti one because anyone who's watched some of the shows knows that he has a tendency of pushing, messages for underrepresentation, blah, 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 whatnot. For the most part, I'm okay with that as long as it serves a purpose. And that leads to the third thing. When, this SJW agenda pushing does not serve a purpose. It's pushing an agenda for the sake of pushing an agenda. And it pisses me off to no end. And I'll give you 2 examples of one where it does work and one where it doesn't work. Both take place during the Crisis on Infinite Earth crossover. And that's the one where it doesn't work is we find out that Citizen Cold is gay. He's got a boyfriend and whatnot. That, to me, served absolutely no purpose to anything. They could have easily it was just served to make a point that, yeah, he's gay. They could have just said, hey, this is my boyfriend. No, they had to have this all romantic talky talk, make out scene, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. It was just stupid. Where it did work was when Alex and Sarah hooked up, and then the dialogue that happened between them as the episode, as the crossover progressed. And the reason why I felt it worked because if you remember, Alex had recently broken up with her fiance, and at the time the crossover began, she was still unsure of herself as to whether or not she made the right decision. The dialogue she had with Sarah helped to reinforce her that, yes, she made the right call breaking up with her because what she wanted out of life, she was not going to get if she stayed with her. So that serves a purpose. That's agenda pushing that serves a purpose. And as long as you're doing that, if you're going to push an agenda, if you're going to push like a SJW agenda, do it in a way that serves the show, or in other cases, the movie, whether it advances the story or provides good character development. That's when it works, and that's when no one's going to complain. But don't do it for the sake of just doing it because it pisses me off, and I can't be the only one who feels that way. So that's the problem. That's number 3 I have. Stop the pointless agenda pushing. You're going to do shit like this, do it the right way. Do it in a way that serves the show. So that's my number 3. Number 2 for you, Chris, is?
Waste the characters. Like, you just say, they bring in a revolving door of characters that have potential, but, they don't really seize on that whole thing. They don't see it. Just powerful popular heroes and villains have shown up in these shows, and you're just like, they usually make like a single appearance, and it's just like, is it? They just they're going to show for one time only, and you're not gonna do much with them, I mean, you see have stuff like characters like Multiplex, Rainbow Raider, and King Shark. I mean, they aren't the best characters, but They come with the territory, and now the problem is they don't do much with them. Like what the hell? Even with Vandal Savage in the first season of Legends of Tomorrow, you have so much. You can do so much with that. You know, just but you just how they did it was weak. It was underwhelming. It's just like, I mean, well, the actor's performance wasn't really that great, but still, there's so much you could do it. They just made him weird or creepy instead of crazy and evil. It's just why is Savage is like that? He's supposed to be diabolic. He's supposed to be nefarious and ruthless. Come on, not some weird, creepy like some creep obsessed with Hawk girls and shit. It's like, what do I honestly ask you people for? Oh my god, that shit really bothers me. This is a number 2 on my list is wasted characters.
Yeah, that's a good one. I agree with that. Number 2 on my list is I can't be the only one who's just sick of all these like bickering amongst the team. Like, listen, I know that's like central to drama and whatnot when characters have conflicts, but I mean the constant team breakups and get back together. What I mean. You're caught up on Arrow, right?
Yes.
Okay. Please tell me that I'm not the only one who just got so sick and tired of constantly hearing, you know, Dinah, Renee, and
Curtis
just bitch and moan about what a shitty leader Oliver is, only for them to be doing half the shit he did on anyway. It's like, you guys are fucking pathetic. Shut the fuck up. Like, that was just such a low point of the whole season. It dragged the whole season down. I didn't want to hear jack shit from these people for the second half of the season, you know? And to a lesser extent, Diggle leaving the team, I mean, I think they could have handled that a little better. I get it, but yeah, I mean, even though season 6, I do still think it's better than 3 and 4. It was definitely a step down from 5, and that was the reason why I am sick and tired of those fucking whiners. Okay, either find a purpose for them to keep them on the team or get them the fuck out of here. Okay, I don't care if you have to move them out of town or fucking put damn purpose. It's a bit. So yeah, that number 2, like these pointless character arguments and team breakups. All right. So what is the biggest problem you have with this Arrowverse, Chris? What's number 1?
What you said earlier. I mean, it's like about team. What you said just now about team. My number 1, Team Arrow infighting. It's boring. It's stupid. It feels drawn out. I was like, there's a lot of artificial drama and conflict. It's like. And they have stupid motivations. It's like, and it's just like, yeah, and it's just, all for being a shitty leader. It's just like, dude, like if you're going to build up conflict and have it, have it feel natural and have it, make it earned, make it feel like that these people are supposed to be in conflict, not something for the sake of just having conflict. It's just like it has to be a reason for it to be there. And now just they have them hating each other. There's a schism. I was like and Diggle leaving teams like I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like and this lasted for almost half the season. It's just it got so dull after a point. I was like, I can't stand this, and it felt repetitious. I guess to a certain degree. It's like that really got on my nerves. So number 1 on my list is the Team Arrow infighting.
Oh yeah. You know what? Piggybacking off that, you know what's really felt repetitious? You know what has grinded on my nerves for the past 5 fucking seasons of this universe? The number 1 problem I have with this universe that sometimes makes me want to just rage quit the whole thing. Why the fuck has Oliver not learned to trust people over 6 years of this goddamn show? Have you not noticed that? He still doesn't trust his entire team. He works with them week after week and nothing. Now, granted, Barry is equally guilty of this, but I'm pointing mainly at Oliver because he's the one who's starting. He's the one who has the biggest problem. He doesn't trust people. He always insists on doing everything himself. He thinks, oh, it's enough to make me want to pull my hair out and just rage quit on this whole fucking universe. Like if they weren't connected, I probably would have stopped watching Arrow a while back and just stuck to like Flash and Supergirl and Legends. But no, I keep fucking watching Arrow. And I'm so sick and tired of Oliver not learning that goddamn lesson. It's 6 years. Look at it. I know for some people it takes more than one occurrence to learn a lesson. I'm guilty of that same problem. But after 6 fucking years of learning that lesson, I would have learned it by now. I would have learned it in half the time. Fucking dumbass. So yeah, number 1. Leaders need to learn to trust the damn teammate. And I'm looking specifically at you, Oliver, and you, Barry. Start fucking trusting your team. Stop being a damn solo act.
Look at how that turned out at the end of the season for Green Arrow.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm sure you heard the rumors that even though it's not confirmed, even though it's not confirmed, that this is going to be it. Stephen Amell did tell the writers of Arrow, write the 7th season and as if it's the last, because there's no guarantee there will be an 8th season. So, again, no guarantee, but should this prove to be the final season of Arrow, would it kill them to finally teach Oliver this fucking lesson? Trust your team, you son of a bitch. Am I asking too much? Am I really asking too much for that?
No,
I'm not. So get it done, writers, please. All right, guys. So that's gonna wrap it. It was short, quick, to the point. We critique these things because we love them, and we're sick and tired of these shows making the same stupid mistakes over and over again. Learn your mistake. Do this shit right, okay? So that was our show. Chris, thank you. It's. I know we're acting miserable, but the truth is, it's actually fun, raging out on these issues. It's fun getting pissed off at these things for some reason. I don't know why we get such enjoyment out of it, but we do.
Yes, it's fun to get into long-winded, exaggerated, and whiny rants about these things.
All right, guys. So we'll see you next week. We'll try to have a larger crew with us next time. So we'll see you next week and have a great day. Bye-bye.